President signed an executive order to bring back something I have no memory of having to do, but I'm sure we did. The president's fitness test, returning to public schools for the first time in 12 years.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready, start.
Feel it.
One.
Maybe that jogs the memory. Not for me. That was a long time ago. Anyway, a hot seller on eBay right now, the old fitness test patches you would be awarded. I don't have one of those around either. Maybe this never happened. Maybe we didn't have that in my school. I don't know. Today in tech, Fortune reports around half of all internet traffic bots. On the former Twitter, that number may be as high as 75%. What's real anymore? I don't know. I'm real, you're real, and beyond that, I can't be certain. I would leave the former Twitter, but there are a few feeds I enjoy, including Fesshole. It's British people anonymously sharing their darkest secrets. Here's one. Quote, "At school, I hated swimming. I grabbed a Lion bar from the vending machine." I guess that's a candy bar in Britain. "As we all stood there in the pool, I released it. It floated to the surface, mass panic, and the lesson was immediately over." Why, he stole that from Caddyshack.
Balding, no!
It's National Girlfriend Day, but the intention is more for women to celebrate their friends than something like Valentine's Day.
I don't have a girlfriend. I just know a girl who would get really mad if she heard me say that.
Thank you, Mitch Hedberg. I wish you were still around. And on this Girlfriend Day, this viral post on Reddit, a woman says she found out her husband has a girlfriend in the most unusual way. She says they own a smart scale, and this woman was looking back through the log of weight entries and noted two of them, 1 minute apart, 120 pounds each. Now, there's just two of them in the house, and neither one of them weighs 120 pounds, so long story short, they're separated now, and she did say in her Reddit post that she's caught him cheating before. Science. Ever wonder what it would sound like if you hooked up electrodes to mushrooms? Well, wonder no more. Here, then, is mushroom music. Okay. We talked about this being declared feral summer for kids. Also entering the chat, summer long balls. Dudes noting that everything hangs lower when it's hot out. This has never occurred to me. I'm not going to be doing any measuring or anything. So we'll just leave it at that. Stathern, England, 4 kids were sent to the hospital, and it turns out it was because they were poisoned at church camp. Arrested a 76-year-old man who apparently worked in the kitchen, charged with poisoning their food. Flagstaff, Arizona. Well, this is just weird and very expensive. A 33-year-old woman who had recently lost her job and her insurance stuck with a $20,000 medical bill. She was on a visit to Grand Canyon. She saw a bat flying at her and screamed. And the bat flew right into her screaming mouth and out again. That led to a clinic visit where the doctor recommended rabies shots. She went through the full course. Actual retail price, $20,000. Update, Blue Earth County, Minnesota. Pretty fortunate all around for 31-year-old Vanessa Guerra. Talked about Guerra several weeks ago. She'll get 3 years probation for stealing a car, and this story came to my attention because one of the pieces of evidence was her diary entry where she wrote, "Totally stole a car today!" ! Today's Ohio Proud moment number 1, Lima. Last year, a woman had her car repossessed. Her loan was approved. They let her drive the car home. And then the lender said, "Hey, wait a second. We need more documentation. You're going to have to go and repossess that car." Well, she was none too pleased, as you can imagine. So not only is she suing this car lot for repossessing the car after approving the loan, but she also discovered that Taylor Kia of Lima did not register their name and trademark with the state of Ohio. So she did, and then sent them a cease and desist, barring them from using their own name. Brilliant. Today's second Ohio Proud moment, the world's oldest baby has been born. Thaddeus Daniel Pierce joined the world July 26th, but he had been on ice in an in vitro clinic for 31 years. Essentially, his embryo got stuck in a divorce proceeding, and after all these years, essentially, a couple adopted the frozen embryo, and there you have it, Thaddeus Daniel Pierce. 31 years old or a few days old, depending on how you look at it. Finally, White Sulphur Springs, Montana, this one reaching right into your feels. A wedding was in jeopardy. Someone or someones had broken into the wedding venue the night before the nuptials and basically destroyed everything in the building. Glassware, plates. They stabbed every canned beverage, letting it just leak everywhere. Anything that could be destroyed was, about the only thing they didn't do was burn down the building. The town heard about this, and everybody came together to save the wedding of Carson and Travis Snyder.
Anything and everything that was in there. There was 10 clam bottles just opened and dumped on the floor. There's like even chalkboard signs were cut in half.
They went and stabbed every
single
can that was in there.
And
Somebody was dedicated to ruining this.
I called my managers and was just like, okay, what can we do? Everybody kind of had something they could contribute.
We just set up a table in one of our rooms and just laid everything out that they could take.
I guess there was a couple people who donated to our honeymoon fund.
When we came down for everything, it was like it never happened.
Like I was just happy tears at that point.
Now, they say by the time they got married, you wouldn't know what had just happened hours before. An amazing effort by all involved. Law enforcement investigating the vandalism, and I'm wondering to myself if this might be like a jilted ex or something. It seemed like it was a crime of passion, just based on the pictures I'm seeing of all the destruction. We'll see, or maybe we won't. I'm certain they're investigating. We'll see where that goes. We'll chat again here on Monday. I thank you for your comments, your listening, of course, and for your support. I do appreciate it. Have a great weekend.